All right, I'm in Lake Long, Louisiana, between, I guess, Lockport and Houma. And just want to do a little update. This is version 3.0. So my other belt system, the belt was too short. So when I would try to disengage the clutch, the pulley would actually hit each other, and it was hard to get the adjustment right to where I can be out of clutch and engaged. So I wound up going with a longer belt, and then I realized that my shaft alignment, the whole issue with this is I cut this shaft too short. I built this setup, this strut and shaft was for a smaller gasoline engine I had with a low go-kart transmission, which I'm sure if you've been following, you know what I had. So I had to cut it short to fit all that. That transmission didn't work out. It was overheating. It kept dumping all the oil out, and I could have worked around that, but then it'd wear a chain out like every 4 to 5 hours. I had to change the chain. So it was a pain in the butt. Got rid of it. So I wound up figuring out that, let me pause it and disengage the clutch. So I can't disengage it and hook my chain without a free hand. So nothing's changed here. I got a chain and an eye, and that's how I hold it with the clutch disengaged. So that's my neutral essentially. Get my rod out of my way. So I ended up figuring out that I either had to raise the back of the engine mount up to compensate for how much it was off. So instead I installed washers as shims, and I corrected the angle to where this was not in a bind. So shimming that put the pulley at an angle, so I had to shim the motor on the front side to correct the angle to where all my belts and pulleys line up. So I'm running the longer belt. Now I have to make some little standoff brackets that stops the belt from derailing. It's going to hold the belt to the shape it needs to be when the clutch is disengaged, because if I disengage too much, the belt will flip off. Then I have to stop the engine. So probably since you last saw, I installed a hand throttle. You screw it to speed up. And as you screw it, it pulls the throttle, and push the button, push it in, speed it up, whatever you want to do. I still kill it by hand. So I just want to show you that setup. I went with a 1-to-1 pulley ratio, and I took some pitch out of the prop. My cruising speed is 6 miles per hour. With the 1.3-to-1 ratio, I had to run the engine somewhere around half speed, quarter speed, or in between that to get my 6 miles per hour. Now with this setup, I'm running 1/8 throttle, almost quarter, to get my 6 miles per hour cruising speed. All in all, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I'm gonna keep trial and error with this boat, you know. Keep working the bugs out. Once I get it how I like it, I'm gonna strip everything and fix it how I want it. I essentially want a console right here with a steering wheel. And so everything's gonna be right here. I'm working on a belt drive reverse with belts. It's you got to reverse the direction, so it's a little complicated, but they have tillers. You can look at a Troy built Bronco 2, I believe, or a Super Bronco maybe it's called. They have a belt drive reverse, so it looks simple on the tiller, but on this is going to be difficult. But I have the room. I still want to do a belt drive alternator. That's a rectifier from Kawasaki Brute Force 750. So my alternator is putting out my 20 volts AC, and it does charge the battery, but it's not going to run no heavy duty lights. It's like a trickle charge. And this starter, the other day we had a pretty bad rainstorm. It rained for about an hour. After it finished raining, I went outside and I heard the engine running. The starter, the rain, I guess, made it engage the solenoid. It started up, so now I don't trust it. I gotta disconnect my ground every time the boat's not being used, so it doesn't start. Or I'm gonna put a disconnect switch, you know, when I do the final touches. I'm gonna do something with the muffler, maybe old school, a little flapper, rain cap. It's much quieter, much less vibration free with the new belt drive. So that's pretty much it. Let me pause and give you a little video of it driving, but we all seen that. About 3 foot of water right here, so it's not a big deal. I'm on the Lily, so idle, ain't got enough for us. Speed it up. Get on out of here. I get lilies in the prop, I just take the rudder out, good to go. It's kind of choppy today, about 8 mile per hour winds. Here's my 6 mile per hour cruising speed right here. Perfectly happy with that. And actually, this is a very scenic routes. I'll drop the throttle down and just cruise. This is how they catch gators around here. They'll hang hooks with meat. This is not set up, but just above the water. And when the gator bites it, it comes down, he sets the hook, and then he's attached to that string. This one sounds good. This is a good area for frog and duck hunting. I believe this is public land. There's probably 3 or 4 dozen duck blinds in this lake. So that's it. Otherwise, she's doing well so far. Thanks for stopping by. What can I say? I like the smell.